Father Albert Yelds, 30th of November 1999. Br Atauea took his vows 4 years ago, and his job has been to shop for our men on the outer islands and for his community, to keep our books and to meet the ships and planes. He did the work well, and on Monday he left his office to have a rest at 4 p.m. In the corridor he collapsed, and we used some cold water to rouse him. He gasped a few times, so I phoned for an ambulance, and the nurse said, "Sorry, hire a truck and we'll pay for it." He died on the way, and when the nurse checked his eyes and his breath with a mirror, she said, "Take him back." So we washed him and put him on his bed and carried him to the chapel and said a mass. The villagers flocked in, for death is no stranger in the village. The bishop came as we sat down for tea, and the parish priest of Atauea's family. The latter said that his people wanted the body in the village for the night, and we could bring him back to the cathedral in the morning. So we loaded bed and body onto the truck again. In the morning, I picked up a plain box for his coffin and visited the village. The people and the sisters mixed praying and singing and eating, while the teenagers nearby showered under a hose, and an 8-year-old worked the hand pump. Their poverty is never being able to undress for a wash, for there is no privacy. I had to argue to get the body, but I had him in the coffin and in the cathedral by midday, and our pastoral students and the people prayed, and the sisters decorated it with cloths and garlands. The Mass was at 4, with all the priests, because Atauea was only 31. The grave was among the missionaries. In the digging, my students found the bones of an old French priest, so they cleaned them, asked for a special cloth to wrap them in, and then covered them within a few inches of sand. It was a tight fit, but they also jumped into the grave when the time came to lower the coffin and settled it nicely. At 6:30 we put on a meal for the religious and family, about 100, and their appetites cleaned us out. But they shared stories of Atauea's humour and goodness, and then the parish priest said that the family had invited everyone to their village for a bigger meal. I let the young ones crowd onto trucks, as they have more resilience than I do. Next day I collected Atauea's clothes and had them washed, and now the postulants wear some items. Another chose his bed to sleep, or they believe the spirit of the dead is restless until he gets used to heaven, and they want to help him. It is not difficult to teach them about the communion of saints.